Hello, Kris Bryant coming to you live from my hammock in my backyard in Kansas City, Missouri. Welcome to the author readings for the GCLS 2020 conference, virtual conference. Mosquitoes are around. Awesome. Today I'm going to read to you from my book, Lucky. It is available now, and it is about a woman who wins the lottery. She is somebody who struggles with life and choices in her life. She comes from kind of a really crappy background. Her mother is kind of an absentee mother, and she doesn't know her dad. She has a half-sister that she takes care of because her mother's so bad at it. So she wins the lottery, and she decides to build a pet hotel. And the architect that she's working with, her name is Gabrielle, and she doesn't know the secret. Not really secret, but Gabrielle, who is extremely confident and successful in everything, is scared to death of animals, especially dogs. When she was 5 years old, she was attacked by a dog, and so 2 of her fingers have scars from where the dog almost ripped off her pinky and her ring finger on one of her hands. So she's real skittish around animals, but she has to nail this project because she will get partnership in the firm if she is successful. And she's actually up against another guy at the firm, and this project pretty much is her whole life. So she, for some reason, and probably because of the fact that she dislikes dogs, and Serena always has her dog with her, she just can't get through. They're not clicking. They can't seem to get it right. So her mother steps in and recommends that she invite Serena to their huge family barbecue. And so Gabrielle does, and Serena accepts. And the whole event is kind of interesting. And the scene I'm going to read from is when everybody leaves, and it's just Gabrielle and her mom, soon to be joined by Gabrielle's best friend, Rosie. "You told her about the attack?" Gabrielle turned and stared at her mother. Meredith held her hands up as if surrendering before the onslaught even began. "We were just sitting there talking about animals and her pet project, and it just came up." "Mom, it doesn't just come up. It's very private and personal. And now she has a reason to fire me if she wants to." Gabrielle threw her towel on the counter in frustration and crossed her arms. Meredith walked over to her daughter and put both hands on her shoulders. "You listen to me, Gabrielle. She was very understanding and felt bad about having Elle be around you. She mentioned that you seemed skittish around dogs, and I explained what happened. It's a fact." "Yes, but one I didn't want her to know." Gabrielle moved out of her mother's grasp. "There are a ton of other things you could have told her about me, like playing softball in state, or getting arrested at a protest, or even the fact that I graduated top of my class in college." Meredith walked slowly back to Gabrielle. "None of that came up, just the pet project. I know I shouldn't have said anything, but I'm glad I did." Something in her just clicked. "Yeah, like get me a new architect." Sarcasm dripped from Gabrielle's voice as she sat at the kitchen table. "She's not going to fire you for being attacked by a dog as a child. You have a legitimate reason to fear them. But now she knows how unfamiliar I am with dogs." "Is there a pity party going on that I wasn't invited to? Because I'm usually the host." Rosie walked into the kitchen and dramatically fell into the chair next to Gabrielle. "I brought the wine." "You're still here?" Gabrielle slid an empty glass over to her. "Anne took the kids home, so I'm either staying the night or you're taking me home." "I heard the magical word Serena, and I had to join in." "Mom just told me that she told Serena about my dog attack." "Yeah, so?" Gabrielle threw her hands up. "What the hell? Am I the only one who sees this as a problem?" "Yes," Meredith and Rosie said in unison. "Okay, so tell me everything she said. Every word, how it sounded, her hand gestures," Gabrielle said. If they were going to talk about this, she was at least going to control the conversation. "Can I just point out one very important thing that I need to share before we start this?" Rosie grabbed the bag of chips and shoved a few in her mouth. She held her finger up and chewed while both Barnes women waited not so patiently for her to finish. A quick sip of wine, and she continued. I found out that Serena's single. Big deal. Gabrielle acted unimpressed, but her heart sped up and she forced herself to refrain from wiping her instantly sweaty palms on her jeans. Normally I would agree with you because who cares, right? But the interesting part, the part that made me sit up a little straighter, is that your client, also known as Colorado's latest lottery winner, is also a lesbian. Rosie stood and bowed as both of them bombarded her with questions at the same time. She's the big winner? She won the lottery? Meredith asked. She's gay? Are you serious? Gabrielle asked. Rosie held her hand up as both women questioned her. Whoa, hang on. One question at a time. Meredith, yes, that is how she's able to hire Gabrielle's firm and create her dream come true. She turned to Gabrielle next. Yes, she's a confirmed lesbian, ex-girlfriend and all. Once I mentioned that you're a single lesbian as well, things got interesting. Holy shit, Rosie, you outed me to a client? Rosie shrugged. After she outed herself, it's Colorado. You had nothing but gay friends at the party. She met my wife, she met Piper and Shaylee. This is not an issue. Let's hope not. I can't afford to lose her under any circumstances. Gabrielle put her head in her hands and groaned between her fingers. This didn't go as expected. Meredith leaned forward and rubbed Gabrielle's back. You're blowing this way out of proportion. Serena seems like a very nice young lady. I doubt she's going to fire you because you're a lesbian. But since you both are, that's probably an even stronger bond. Moms know everything. It's going to be okay. I guess now it's as good a time as any to tell you about the rest of the conversation. Rosie sat back, crossed her arms, and smiled wickedly. You're enjoying the shit out of this, aren't you? Rosie nodded. Who wouldn't, Miss Perfect? She high-fived Meredith, who didn't say a word, and wisely avoided eye contact with Gabrielle. I'm waiting. I might have mentioned to Serena that you were single, too. Gabrielle played like she didn't care. That doesn't mean anything. We don't know what she looks for in a girlfriend. Or do we? Rosie asked. Gabrielle raised her eyebrow. No, I didn't ask. Even I know when to quit. But the good news is that we have a new friend. She gave me her number. We're going to get together for playdate. My girls and LB, the greatest dog in the world, Rosie said. So, my client and my best friend are going to start texting. Should I be jealous? This is only going to help you. You know that, right? I'm going to say all the good things about you, and who knows, maybe this rich, hot single woman might be into you. Rosie wagged her eyebrows playfully at Gabrielle. Can we talk about something else? Gabrielle acted perturbed, but secretly she liked the idea of Rosie having a relationship with Serena. Serena needed strong people in her life, and Rosie was the best at making everyone feel loved and a part of something good. She knew Rosie was her personal champion and would never say a bad thing about her. Mom, what did you think of the party? It was a success. It's always nice to see our friends and make new ones. She winked at Gabrielle, who shook her head and smiled at her. I hope you listen to all the authors who have taken the time to record videos for everybody. I'm sad that we aren't doing this in person, but I sure hope to see you all next year in Albuquerque.